Good evening and welcome to a brand new radio station for Banbury. It's called Banbury Music Mix Radio and I'm Bob Dainty and I have a promise for you all. No other station will play more local music than I do. I'm lucky I've got lots of friends, lots of CDs, so I can't wait to get on with it. So let's go right back because it was 60 years ago last weekend that Banbury's first group was formed, and here they are.
Here's one called Apache.
There you are, a live performance from the group that started it all in Banbury, the Astronauts. Right, let's come up a little bit to date with a great band called Nevermind. Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? Where do we go now? Where do we go? You're listening to Banbury Music Mix Radio with me, Bob Dainty, and that was Nevermind. What a great sound they make, and why we're talking about Nevermind. I've got a guest later on. We've got the lead singer coming in for an interview from Theodore Lambs, who happens to be the same man. But let's have another. The big monkey man, aye, 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 hooking up the big monkey man. I never saw ya, I only heard of ya. Hooking up the big monkey man. I never saw ya, I only heard of ya. Hooking up the big monkey man. It's no lie, it's no lie. Hooking up the big monkey man. It's no lie, it's no lie. Hooking up the big monkey man. And now I know that, now I understand. You're turning the monkey on me. And now I know that, and now I understand. You're turning the monkey on me. Aye, 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 aye. Hooking up the big monkey man. Aye, 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 aye. Hooking up the big monkey man. La 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 la. Well, I went down to Banbury Cross to see a monkey man, him on a white horse with rings on him finger and bells on him toes. Sing a little song wherever he goes, 'cause he's a monkey man. Really, 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 really monkey man, 'cause he's a monkey man. Really, 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 really monkey man. Aye, 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 aye. Hooking up the big monkey man. Aye, 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 aye. Hooking up the big monkey man. Yeah, there we go, the Duckworth. And I believe they're going to play a gig at Croppedy, but we'll have to wait and see that. I went to I think it was the last live event I went to, their farewell concert. That was good, wasn't it? Right, so far we've played a lot of that gentleman, but I'm going to level it up a little bit now with a young local lady whose career I've followed for quite some time now. Brilliant little singer, very nice girl. Let's listen to Rosie Samaras.
I don't find this funny, although I smile through the pain, yeah. You let me believe you were different, but no, know you're the same. So please don't tell me you made a mistake. And please don't tell me your feelings were fake. 'Cause I don't want you messing with my head. So tell me, where do we stand instead? Tell me what you want to hear. Something like, I love you, my dear. But I won't say it not this time. Without you, I'll be fine. So please don't tell me you made a mistake. And please don't tell me your feelings were fake. 'Cause I don't want you messing with my head. So tell me, where do we stand instead? It was misty in the forefront of my mind. I was so naive and blind. But I won't get caught up. No, not this time. So please don't tell me you made a mistake. And please don't tell me your feelings were fake. 'Cause I don't want you messing with my head. So tell me, where do we stand instead?
There we have her, Rosie. Very nice girl. Always a pleasure to see her. She also done a gig actually for me at the Mill, which was a great night. And also these lads were on. These are a group that's been around a couple of years now, but nice bunch of lads. Catfish Creek.
Well, my name's John Lee Petty Moore, same as my daddy and his daddy before. You hardly ever saw Granddaddy down here. He only come to town about twice a year. He'd buy £100 of yeast and some copper line. Everybody knew that he made moonshine. Now the revenue man wanted Granddaddy bad, headed up the hollow with everything he had. Before my time, but I've been told you never come back from Copperhead Road. Granddaddy ran whiskey in a big black Dodge. Bought it in the auction at the Mason's Lodge. Got some catty sheriff painted on the side. Just shot a coat of primer, then he looked inside. Well, him and my uncle tore that engine down. I still remember that rumbling sound. Well, the sheriff came around in the middle of the night. Heard mama crying, knew something wasn't right. He was headed down to Knoxville with the weekly load. You could smell the whiskey burning down Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Ha, Copperhead Road.
There you go, Catfish Creek. I bet you're all starting to miss the music scene. I have for a long time now, but it's great to be able to do things like this and keep all these bands and solo artists in your mind. Did I tell you we've got a guest later on? We've got Theodore Lambs coming in later to talk about the new recording of Bells or Whistles. I didn't know Whistles made whiskey. Can't wait to talk to Matty. There we have Lee Chambers, and he's walking on the moon. It was his birthday yesterday. He doesn't look a day over 33.
washing my days away. No way. And if it's the price I pay, some say tomorrow's another day. You say might as well play. Gotta keep it up. 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 Gotta keep it up.
There we have Lee, who's walking on the moon. And if you look on his Facebook page or website, you'll see he's doing a gig next week from a distillery, a very famous distillery, so famous, I can't tell you what it's called, but it's a real nice place. Right, it was unfortunate that Fairport got called off, especially the Fringe last year, because I believe it was the 25th anniversary, and this band have played 25. They were only two when they started. It's Spank the Monkey. There you are. What a great band they are, Spank the Monkey. But we also have a lot of great talented singer-songwriters around. And here we have one from Bodycut via Birmingham, or Birmingham via Bodycut. It's Tess and the Circle.
I met our man in a corner shop, presumed to tell me what I'm not. as if I took away his love. He presumed way too much. I met a man in the corner of the bar. He took my picture to make him laugh. Had a shone way too bright. Had a made a comment he did not like. Life's song goes, living ain't easy. Living ain't easy for us. Life's song goes, living ain't easy. Living ain't easy for us. For the guy who was sitting on a bus, his wife died drunk with loss. He said his kids left him ashamed. Oh, I watched him cry from all his pain. He had a bottle and he would drink. He'd talk about these little things. He had gone lost. Life's song goes, living ain't easy. Oh, living ain't easy for us. Life's song goes, living ain't easy. Oh no, living ain't easy for us. Living ain't easy. Living ain't easy for us.
There you are. I hope you'll agree with me that that's a great record. That's Tess of the Circle and Life Song. Won't be long before we get Theodore Lambs in here to talk about his new recordings, etc. But the great thing with this show on Banbury Music Mix Radio is I can bring back groups that are no longer about. How many of you remember the Sidekicks?
Sorry, man. Thinking about you, babe, give me such a thrill. I gotta have you, baby. Can't get my fill. Oh, I love you, baby, and I know just what to do. Well, I still remember, let it be said, the way you make me feel, take a fool to forget. Swore I turned the bricks and hit me in the head. Why you doing, little baby? Oh, yeah, but I'm a love struck, baby. Well, I'm a love struck, baby. You got me love struck, baby. But I know just what to do. yeah, baby, you knock me off my feet. Loving it so fast, so doggone sweet. What you doing, little baby, just can't be free. Well, I'm a love struck, baby. Well, I'm a love struck, baby. You got me love struck, baby. And I know just what to do. You got me love struck, baby. Got my love struck, baby. You got my love struck, baby. And I know just what to do.
You're listening to Banbury Music Mix Radio with me, Bob Dainty, who didn't have the mic on because he was enjoying the psychic so much. Here's a gentleman. He travels around a lot, but he's a brilliant musician, whether he's by himself or with other people accompanying him. It's Barney Newman.
Our bodies to their times, put our futures on the line, and their few choices all said and done. What they're doing don't give us much hope. Ain't gonna change my form of what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood outside. That's just what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood, alright. That's just what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood outside. That's just what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood, alright. Taking shelter from the rain, I'm not getting caught up in that game. The flogging horses, now I ain't one. What they're doing don't give us much hope. Ain't gonna change my form of what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood outside. That's just what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood, alright. That's just what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood outside. That's just what I'm like. I'm a happy chopping wood, alright.
There you are, Barney Newman. Well, I think when this pandemic's over, we'll book, say, the Marketplace in Banbury for a week, and we'll have every band going, coming on and performing for us. We deserve it, and they deserve us. Right, another band that I've had the pleasure to work with a few times, Till Dawn.
Slid in my throat.
I've been candidate for my soulmate friend. I push the trigger and I pull the thread. I gotta take it on the other side. Take it on the other side. Take it on. Take it on. Hello, hello, when I slide, separated my side. I don't believe it's fair. Sitting my throat is all I ever. Turn me on, take me for a hard ride. Burn me out, leave me on the other side. I gotta tell it that it's not my friend. I tear it down, and then it's born again. Hello, hello, when I slide, separate my side. I don't believe it's fair. Sitting my throat is all I ever had. I don't believe it's fair. Sitting my throat is all I ever had.
There you go. Till Dawn, a great band. Like all the others, can't wait to see them. Here's another band that I can't wait to see. One of my favourites, Bushfield Smith.
Running round the track, up and down he tears. Always shun the escalator, always take the stairs. Counting all the calories and burning off the fat. Now I'm slimming down the gym and I know where it's at. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm a shadow, but it's good for my health. Swimming in the morning, press-ups late at night. Warming up and showering down and glistening in the light. Hidden in my locker, no one else can see. A little bottle full of athletic expertise. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm a shadow, but it's good for my health. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm a shadow, but it's good for my health. Bought it from a doctor, at least that's what he said. He folded all the pretty green, patted me on the head. There you go, my son, should be all you need. There's plenty more where that came from if you wanted to succeed. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm a shadow, but it's good for my health. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm a shadow, but it's good for my health. I'm a shadow of my former self. I'm a shadow.
Okay, Andy, you can put your trousers on now. If you haven't got the CD or seen the video of that, I'd tell you to check it out. It's rather cheeky, but that was Bushfield Smith on Banbury Music Mix Radio. We talk about the songwriters and everybody, but here's a great band. They were superb. Oil Slick Fire. How about that then? Oil Slick Fire and Purple Rain. That's about 6 minutes long, which is brilliant. And not long now before I have my guest, Mr. Theodore Lambs, in the studio here with me. But I've got to play this lot, haven't I? If you're ever feeling fed up and you want a good night out, the best people to cheer you up and miff you off now and again, the one and only Uninvited. There you are on Banbury Music Mix Radio. Uninvited. They're invited anytime. Well, that's virtually an hour that we've done. That's 15 bands we've got through, including the next one. Plus, we've still got our interview with Theodore Lambs. I think he's around. I've seen him parking his bike somewhere. But we're going to finish now this little bit of the show with a great band. They've been around Banbury for ages. Very, very talented. It's Freeway Jam.
It's on a bright March morning that I bid New Orleans adieu. I took the road to Jackson Town, my fortune to renew. curse that foreign on me. No credit could I gain. You fill me heart along and on the leagues upon your brain. I stepped on board a railroad car beneath the morning sun. We rode the road till evening time, so hear me now again. No stranger would befriend me till the dark girl towards me came, and I fell in love with a Creole girl by the banks of Pontchartrain. I said, meet Bonnie Creole girl, need money it is no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep in the woods. You're welcome here, kind stranger. Our house is very plain. We've never turned a stranger out on the banks of Pontchartrain. She took me into her mama's house and treated me right well. The hair upon her shoulder in jet black rain that fell to try and paint her beauty, I'm sure would be in vain. And some was my Creole lass on the shores of Pontchartrain. I asked her if she'd marry me. She said this could never be, for she to have a lover so near as far as sea. She said that she would wait for him until she would remain. Return to his Creole girl by the lakes of Pontchartrain. So fare thee well, me bonny old girl, who I will see no more. I'll ne'er forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at each social gathering
You're listening to Banbury Music Mix Radio. I'm Bob Dainty, and that was Freeway Jam and a great Ben Benyon composition. Right, it's time to welcome my guest, who is another great local musician and songwriter. Tonight we're going to be talking about Theodore Lambs' new recording, but everybody knows this young man as Matty Keefe. Hello, Matty, how you doing?
Hello, Bob. Thanks for having me. Well, what a crazy mad year we've had. Obviously, the last gig I was involved in was with Dirty Jack DC at the Mill in March on the 14th, and pretty much the next day the lockdown began. No gigs, so a lot of musician friends and I have got together and started collaborating on the internet. So writing songs and bouncing ideas to and fro, coming up with these creations, recording them at home, mixing them at home, and of course no gigs, so how do we show them to our audiences or our friends? We've had to develop skills in creating videos to promote these, so I'm as busy as I ever was. It's just instead of gigging, I'm creating these videos and trying to develop that skill.
Well, that sounds very interesting, but tell me, why did you pick on the name Theodore Lambs? He was a gentleman that lived out at Sibford Heath. He was born in 1880 and died in 1950. So what was the fascination?
Oh, well, Bob, actually, I think he lived sort of near Sibford Ferris. I was introduced to him by a friend called Paul Adams in the mid-90s. During his time, I believe, locally to Banbury, everybody knew this fella because such a clever fella, but a recluse, a hermit that lived in a shack near Sibford.
He certainly seemed a character, didn't he? You know, the other thing I didn't know about him, he was a musician as well as a skilled watch and clock repairer. He used to play various musical instruments. The only one I've seen a photograph of him with was an accordion. But he was different, wasn't he? He never had a car or anything. He'd travel around on a bike, sometimes without any tyres, or sometimes on foot, and had some form of truck loaded with junk. And in the winter, his fire was a bucket well.
Well, yeah, and there's a story that he used to go around with a gramophone, and he would charge a shilling or such to play tunes to people, and if they'd only paid half a shilling, he'd only play half a song. So, I think he was somebody that enjoyed entertaining people, but again, a very private person.
Did anything he ever done inspire you to this actual song that you've written about him? Have you looked in to see? I've seen the video and it's absolutely brilliant. But is that where you got the idea from? Reading about him, and because he was different.
But as is the thing of all folklores and stories of people gone by, things get exaggerated in some way. But whatever you ever hear of Theodore Lambs, it does come across as somebody actually that you would look up to.
I heard the story. He was a very strong man, and he once pulled a chicken up for many miles back to Sibford. I don't know where he picked it up from, but it took him several days to do. But he also had a very unhappy childhood, really, didn't he? He had a trauma that led to his lonely existence when he was a boy, and also he lost his dad quite early. His dad fell from a chestnut tree at the front of his house, so he must have lived in a house at one time. But Dad was knocking down the ripe fruit, fell out the tree, broke his neck, and he died.
Well, yeah, I'd love to find out more about him, and I don't profess to be an expert, but the story of him dragging a shed to Sidford from I don't know where, but many miles. The lady I spoke to this week, her husband actually helped him push the shed at some point. So definitely a true story, and fascinating bloke to read about.
There's a lot of stories about Theodore Lambs still today, isn't it? Because he never used to buy clothes. He used to wear sacks, and at times they wouldn't let him in Banbury because he was so scruffy. And when he went to the village shop, but when he was served, he was always had to stay outside. But he was always a harmless and an honest man, despite his appearance. And I say that's where you get all your fashion sense from as well, isn't it? But now he seems a character, and you're going to keep his name alive.
Well, ever since I've started hearing stories of him, it sounds like a nice person that you would live up to. So, I think he's a character that should be remembered.
Did you hear the story when he went up to Oxford for his medical during the First World War? He wouldn't say a word to them, so they got so fed up with him, they sent him back again, and he never went in the army. We must remember that. That's a good get out.
Well, Bob, in the true sense of folklores, from generation to generation, you hear the story and then you make your own mind up. My impression of Theodore Lamb that perhaps he was a pacifist. He certainly wasn't somebody that could walk around with a weapon and kill people. And things to consider also were, the plight of the suffragettes and the invention of the NHS towards the end of his life. So many contradictions occurring, and these are the things that perhaps have gone towards the lyrics of the song.
Sadly, in 1950, Theodore Lamb contracted pneumonia and he died. He was aged 70 and he died at the Neathrop Hospital in Banbury. The nurses respected his request. He didn't want his long matted hair cut. He said it would spoil his appearance. He'd saved up enough money that he'd give to the vicar to pay for his funeral. And there was a heck of a turnout from the people of Sibford for a man that he was a hermit and he lived in a shack. But, people talk about him, and now he's got you as a group, as a tribute. His name will live on.
Well, I mentioned I spoke to Jessie this week who actually knew him. She was telling me the day he fell poorly, a bus driver found him suffering from hypothermia and offered to take Theodore into Banbury to get some help. And Theodore turned him down. So the bus driver got in touch with the police and a doctor. They went out there, took him back to Banbury Hospital, where sadly, yes, he did pass away.
Well, let's talk about the recording now. It's released today. It's called Bells or Whistles. And as I say, I've seen it, and it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds of superb music and a video to go along with it. Can you tell us about the lineup of the group? Because it's a who's who of local music, isn't it?
Well, as you know, Bob, Banbury is inundated with massively talented musicians. I really can't believe that every town is as lucky as we are, and perhaps because of the lockdown, people aren't playing venues and such, so they're looking for things to do, and everybody was very keen to get involved. So there's Dave Arrowsmith on guitar, we've got Chris Grimsley on mandolin, Drew Pountney on percussion, and the massively talented Tom Leary on the violin, who is an internationally renowned musician, but was massively keen to get involved with what we're doing. And such an incredible bloke, a legend in my view, and very, very appreciative of everybody's help with this. And the tune was recorded at, well, in part, we did the violin there at Pig Music Studios by Gavin Backhouse, who again was massively helpful. So, you know, such a lot of talent in all areas.
I thank you for letting me interview you on the Banbury Music Mix Radio. Good luck for the future. I know our paths will cross, but everybody listening, please take a listen and watch this recording called Bells or Whistles by Theodore Lambs. Thank you. Goodbye.
I've seen many things too strange to believe. Have I been deceived? How can it be? The poor old Emily, she stood then fell for her cause. The suffrage world, bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs, bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs. For me, no war, no bells or whistles. Bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs, bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs. No guns, no bombs, no nuclear missiles. Big war, carnival, fight for the right to be free. He would ask me, politicians rage, what's the common man engage? Truth and deceit are the rules. Who are the fools? Bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs, bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs. For me, no war, no bells or whistles. Bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs, bam bam bam, Theodore Lambs. No guns, no bombs, no nuclear missiles. Theodore Lambs at your service, ma'am. I'm a simple man with a perfect plan. Theodore Lambs, it's my pleasure to serve you.